Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a cramp that feels like a lightning bolt shooting through your calf? Or perhaps you have noticed that your ankles are just a little bit more swollen by 5 o'clock than they used to be. Have you ever wondered why you feel so much more winded walking up the same flight of stairs you used to breeze through just a few years ago, even though you were still keeping active? It is easy to wave these things away as just an inevitable part of getting older, a sort of tax we pay for the years we have lived. But what if I told you that those sensations are actually your body trying to send you an urgent telegram about something happening deep inside your 60,000 miles of blood vessels? It might not just be aging. There could be a specific set of daily habits or common choices causing your discomfort, ones that almost everyone thinks are totally harmless. In this video, we are going to uncover the hidden habits that are quietly stiffening your blood vessels, turning them from flexible silk into rigid pipes. And I am going to show you exactly how to reverse that process so you can regain your energy, improve your balance, and feel lighter on your feet. Before we jump into these life-changing shifts, if you care about staying healthy and independent and want to keep learning how to navigate your golden years with strength, consider subscribing to our channel and turning on those notifications. We share the kind of senior health insights that often get overlooked in a 10-minute doctor visit. And while you are at it, I would love to know who I am talking to today. Are you watching from the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, or somewhere else across the globe? Drop a comment below with where you are from because I am always so curious to see how far our senior health community reaches. It is truly an honor to have you here. Let us start with the first habit that might be sneaking up on you, and that is the way we handle the salt shaker. Now, we all know that salt is linked to blood pressure, but for those of us over 60, the story is a bit more complex. Think of your blood vessels like a high-quality garden hose. When you consume too much sodium, your body holds onto extra water to dilute that salt. This extra water increases the volume of your blood, which means that garden hose is now under much higher pressure. Over time, that constant stretching causes the walls of the hose to become thick and less stretchy. Science tells us that as we age, our kidneys become less efficient at processing excess sodium, meaning that salt stays in our system longer, doing more damage to the delicate inner lining of our arteries known as the endothelium. You might notice this as a lingering heaviness in your legs or a stubborn stiffness in your fingers. The good news is that you do not have to eat bland food. Instead of reaching for the salt, try experimenting with lemon juice, balsamic vinegar, or fresh herbs like rosemary and thyme. These not only pop with flavor, but actually contain antioxidants that help soothe those blood vessels rather than straining them. Moving on to the second habit, and this one is quite common because it feels so relaxing. It is the habit of heading straight for the recliner or the couch immediately after a big meal. We have all been there, that post-dinner slump where the only thing that sounds good is putting your feet up and watching the news. However, when we eat, our blood sugar rises, and for many seniors, it stays elevated for longer than it used to. When you sit perfectly still right after eating, that sugar sits in your bloodstream like tiny shards of glass. Without muscle movement to pull that sugar out of the blood and into the cells for energy, those sugar molecules can attach to the proteins in your blood vessel walls in a process called glycation. This literally crusts over your vessels, making them stiff and brittle. Picture a piece of flexible leather that gets dipped in sugar water and left to dry. It becomes hard and cracks easily. That is what happens to our arteries over years of sedentary post-meal habits. The fix is simpler than you think. You do not need to run a marathon. Just 10 minutes of light movement, like washing the dishes or taking a very slow stroll around the house, acts like a sponge, soaking up that excess sugar and keeping your vessels supple. Next on our list is something that sounds healthy but can actually be a trap, and that is relying on comfortable shoes that offer too much support. I know that sounds backwards. We are told to wear supportive shoes to protect our joints. But when a shoe is too stiff or has a massive cushion that does all the work for you, your calf muscles stop working as hard. Why does this matter for your blood vessels? Well, your calf muscles are often called your second heart. Every time you take a step and flex that muscle, it squeezes the veins in your legs, pumping blood back up toward your heart against the force of gravity. When we wear shoes that immobilize the foot, that pump becomes weak. This leads to blood pooling in the lower legs, which increases the pressure on those small vessels and causes them to stiffen and even leak, leading to those spider veins or that chronic achy feeling. It is not too late to wake those muscles up. Try doing some simple seated toe taps or calf raises while you are brushing your teeth. Giving those second hearts a little workout keeps the blood flowing and prevents the stagnation that leads to rigid vessels. I hope you are finding these tips useful so far. If you are, please give this video a thumbs up because it really helps us reach more people who need this information. And if you have not yet, do subscribe for more insights on how to stay vibrant as you age. We are just getting started. The fourth habit we need to address is the quiet danger of low-grade dehydration. Many of us find that as we get older, we just do not feel thirsty as often as we used to. Our internal thirst mechanism gets a bit rusty. But here is what happens inside your body when you are even slightly dehydrated. Your blood actually becomes thicker and more viscous, almost like trying to pump molasses through a straw instead of water. This thicker blood requires your heart to pump harder and your vessels to constrict more tightly to move it along. This constant state of constriction is exhausting for your vascular system and leads to permanent stiffness. Imagine your blood vessels like a soft sponge. When they are hydrated, they are bouncy and resilient, but when they dry out, they become hard and can even crumble. You might notice this as a sudden bout of dizziness when you stand up or a persistent feeling of fatigue. A simple strategy is to stop waiting for thirst to tell you when to drink. Keep a beautiful glass of water nearby and take small sips throughout the day. If plain water is boring, add a slice of cucumber or a few frozen berries. Your blood vessels will literally relax as they get the hydration they need to keep things flowing smoothly. Now let us talk about a habit that affects our internal chemistry, which is the missing link of vitamin K2. Many of us are diligent about taking calcium for our bones, which is wonderful. But if you are taking calcium without enough vitamin K2, that calcium can end up in the wrong places. Think of vitamin K2 like a traffic controller. Without it, the calcium you eat or take in supplements does not always go into your bones. Instead, it can settle into the walls of your arteries, a process called calcification. This literally turns your soft blood vessels into something resembling bone. It is one of the primary reasons for the stiffening that leads to heart strain. To keep the traffic moving in the right direction, make sure you are getting enough K2 through foods like egg yolks, hard cheeses, or fermented foods like sauerkraut. This simple nutritional tweak ensures that your bones stay strong while your blood vessels stay flexible and clear of debris. If you thought that was surprising, the next one may shock you because it involves how we handle stress. We often think of stress as something that is just in our heads, but for a senior, stress is a physical event that happens in the lining of the arteries. When we feel anxious or rushed, our bodies release a hormone called cortisol. In small doses, it is fine, but chronic low-level stress causes the blood vessels to stay in a state of high alert or contraction. This prevents the production of nitric oxide, which is the natural gas our body produces to tell our vessels to relax and open up. Think of nitric oxide like a natural WD-40 for your circulation. Stress dries up that lubrication. If you have ever felt your heart racing or your chest feeling tight when you are worried, that is your vessels stiffening in real time. We can counter this by practicing what I call the 5-minute pause. Just 5 minutes of deep belly breathing signals to your nervous system that you are safe. This triggers an immediate release of nitric oxide, allowing your vessels to expand and breathe, lowering your blood pressure and reducing the wear and tear on your heart. Our seventh habit is something that happens while you are sleeping, and that is ignoring loud snoring or fragmented sleep. Many of us think snoring is just a nuisance for our partners, but it can be a sign that your oxygen levels are dropping throughout the night. Every time your breathing is interrupted, your body experiences a spike in blood pressure and a surge of inflammation. This nightly battering of the vessel walls causes them to scar and thicken. It is like trying to sleep while someone is constantly revving an engine right next to your ear. Your body never gets the chance to go into repair mode. If you find yourself waking up with a headache or feeling like you never slept at all, it is worth talking to a professional. Improving your sleep quality is like giving your blood vessels a nightly spa treatment, allowing them to heal the micro damage from the day and stay elastic for years to come. It might feel a bit unsettling to learn how many of these small, everyday things are impacting your health, but I want you to take a deep breath and remember that knowledge is power. Now that you know these hidden culprits, you are no longer at their mercy. You do not need to overhaul your entire life by tomorrow morning. Even cutting back on that one extra sprinkle of salt or taking a short walk after your lunch can spare your vessels a tremendous amount of stress. You might start to notice less stiffness in the mornings and more energy on your walks once you begin implementing these small changes. Imagine walking up those porch steps easily again, or being able to play with your grandkids without feeling that heavy ache in your legs. That is the power of using smarter strategies instead of just working harder. To recap our journey today, remember that keeping your blood vessels quiet and flexible is about a few key things. Watch the hidden salt to keep the pressure down. Move for just a few minutes after meals to keep the sugar from crusting your arteries. Keep those calf muscles active with simple movements. Stay hydrated so your blood flows like water rather than molasses. Make sure your calcium has a traffic controller like vitamin K2. Take moments to breathe deeply to release that natural vessel relaxant, and prioritize restful sleep so your body can repair itself. It is all about giving your body the right environment to do what it does best, which is heal and maintain itself. I know that growing older can feel like a series of losses sometimes. The aches, the changes in mobility, and the fear of losing your independence can be heavy burdens to carry. But I want you to hear me when I say that you are not alone, and it is absolutely not too late to turn things around. Your body is incredibly resilient. It is waiting for you to give it the signal that you are ready to thrive. Every better choice you make, every small habit you shift is a victory for your future freedom. One meal and one step at a time, you are taking back the reins of your health. You are not just aging, you are evolving, and you are doing it with wisdom and grace. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these habits surprised you the most? Was it the shoes, the post-meal sitting, or perhaps the vitamin K2 connection? Do you have a personal story of a small change that made a big difference in how your legs feel? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I make it a point to read through them because we are a community, and your experience might be the exact thing someone else needs to hear today. If you are still with me and you are determined to stay strong and keep those vessels flexible, type a 1 in the comments to let me know you are committed to your health. If you have any doubts, type a 0. I want to hear your honest feedback too. If this video helped you or opened your eyes to something new, please hit that like button. It really helps the algorithm show this video to other seniors who might be struggling with these same issues. And if you have not subscribed yet, please join our family here so you never miss a chance to improve your life with these science-backed tips. Your health and your independence are worth fighting for, and I am so proud of you for taking the time to invest in yourself today. Keep taking those small steps for your health, because they truly do add up to giant strides in your freedom. Stay strong, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video.